The year was 2000. The organ had just gone in at the El Capitan the summer before, and the gentleman with whom I've worked for 12 and a half years now, Kevin Frawley, called me one day, and he was actually the fellow that hired me, and he said, "Rob, do you think you could put together about an hour to an hour and a half of Sherman Brothers songs?" And I said, "Yeah, there's certainly enough material." I said, "What's the occasion?" He said, "Richard and Robert are coming to hear you play." Now, mind you, for a working musician, this is sort of like saying, "Could you brush up the Rhapsody in Blue because Gershwin's coming to the theater?" So I really wish Richard, I don't know if I ever told you this story, but I actually put in about 100 hours of research and arranging and practicing to get ready for that first night that we met. I will never forget it as long as I live, because I finished my show, and the stage manager that evening took me backstage and introduced me to Richard and Robert, and they very graciously signed my copy of their biography. And this is a wonderful Richard and Robert story. Richard is writing and writing and writing, and Robert says, "What are you doing? Are you reinventing Gone with the Wind there?" And he said, "No, just let me finish." And when it was finished, he handed it to Robert, and when I looked at it, Richard had written to supercalifragilistic Rob Richards. It was magic. And that was the start of all of this. So I'm going to play a set of 4 pieces. The first is the jazzy theme from That Darn Cat, which was originally recorded for the soundtrack by Bobby Darin, and due to contract issues, they couldn't release the soundtrack recording as a single. So it was re-recorded by Buddy Greco and became quite a swingy hit. So I hope you'll enjoy this. I'm going to add some digital magic to the pipe organ for a rhythm section along with the organ on this one. And Richard, you're almost always backstage when I'm playing, so you get to actually hear this the way the audience hears it tonight. Here's That Darn Cat.